asks as he leans forward on the other side of Garrett to look at me. All moved in, just not unpacked. I figured that will get done sometime next summer. Say the word, dude, Zach says from the other side of Alex. I bet Sutton, Olivia, Kate, and Gray could get you unpacked in about 2 hours flat. You provide pizza and beer for us all, we'll get it done. Yeah, I drawl out with a grin. Not about to have my boss unpack my underwear boxes. It's all good, Garrett says. Gray is just a normal chick when she steps out of the GM's office. And speak of the devil, Gray Brannon walks in alongside her father, the team's CEO, Brian Brannon, followed by Coach Pretori and the rest of the coaching staff. Riker Evans brings up the rear, his eyes pinned to his wife's ass. The voices in the room immediately go silent as all eyes swing their way, and then, apparently planned without my knowledge, all of the players stand up and start clapping. The claps increase in staccato and volume. Cheers start ringing out, and then a low chant, Gray, 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 Gray. I stand up and do the same, not wanting to be a douche and totally willing to give kudos where they're due. Gray Brannon turned this team into champions, and she did it against overwhelming opposition from players, coaches, executives, and fans across the country. Gray actually blushes, slides a grin to her dad, and then holds up her hands to quiet the team. When the sounds dissipate and the guys all start sitting back down, she says, Okay, you big jerks, trying to make me girly cry or something? Everyone chuckles, and then her eyes harden. It's time for business. We're going to win the Stanley Cup again this year, she says, with not a hint of egotism in her voice. Any questions? Dead silence until someone behind me says, Fucking right we are. Exactly, she says, leveling a beaming smile at the person, and Christ, she is one gorgeous chick. No wonder Riker fell for her. Now, that's all I have. I'll turn it over to Coach Pretori. Gray and Brian Brannon both step back and lean against the wall. Coach Pretori steps up to the podium and rests his forearms on it. We had a great team last year. We got a better team this year. But we must be humble and realize that it still takes hard work, perseverance, and unification as a team. I'm going to work you harder than you've ever worked before, and you're going to beg me to give you more. You, in turn, are going to reach deep into your gut for every game, and you're going to bleed victory for this organization. Am I right? A chorus of guys echo out agreement, and the air vibrates with male testosterone eager to get out on the ice. Coach Pretori scans his men with proud eyes and nods his approval. All right, we got some new members to the team. Let's take a moment so I can introduce them. Pretori reads from a list in front of him, alphabetical. Only 3 names before me, and I'm the last. Hawke Therrien, he says, and his eyes scan the rows until he sees me. With a lift of his chin, I stand from my seat and tuck my hands in my pocket while he reads my credentials. You all know Hawke. Played the last 7 years with the Titans, originally from Toronto. Joined the Cape Breton Oilers when he was 16, drafted by the Titans' 3rd round. Small stint in the minors and has been on their first line the last 5 years. Won the James Norris Trophy twice. His eyes swing up to mine and he barks out, Did I miss anything? I can't help myself. Yeah, my favorite beer is Molson and I can solve a Rubik's Cube in like 27 minutes flat. I'm a fucking phenom. The entire room erupts in laughter, and Coach snickers before nodding his head at me to sit back down. I drop into my seat, grateful to be out of the limelight, and Garrett punches me on the shoulder. So glad you're here, dude. Me too, I tell him sincerely. I feel really good about this year. We have a new addition to our training staff, Coach Pretori says, and my gaze slides back down to him. My blood practically freezes in my veins when he adds, Everyone welcome Vale Campbell to our team. From the very first row, a person I didn't even notice when I entered the room stands up. She turns and it's like a punch to my gut as her eyes come straight to mine. Just like the last time I looked into them, there's nothing there. Not really a hint of recognition, anger, indifference. They just stare at me a brief moment and then move away as she makes a cursory swipe of the room before sitting back down. Vale is our new assistant athletic trainer. She's crossing sports, coming to